the cultural paradigm right now is a rebellion of the men of the West. It's happening in every major country, where young men are finding podcasts like ours. They're finding other, information conduits that believe in nature, believe in God's design, believe that men should have to stand up for the vulnerable, create a family, provide for the family, have to protect the weak, to fight the battles of society, to go on an adventure. This is very appealing to young men when they hear it. There's a lot that you can call Donald Trump. No one has ever called him feminine.
All right.
In a toxically feminine world, again, all the media missed this and almost every cultural critic missed it. We didn't. In a toxically feminine world, you have the absolute inverse of that, which is like ultra masculine. Never apologize, red tie, big plane, super rich, supermodel wife, right? It's gonna be big, and Mexico's gonna pay for it, and we get more tariffs, and it's like as bravado, strong men as you can get. And young men didn't care that, it wasn't even about policy. That's what people don't understand, is that it was partially policy. It was like, no, he is the middle finger to all of the screeching hall monitors that have told me I have to use certain pronouns, that have told me that I'm bad for existing, that have penalized me for my existence. And Trump is the big F-U to the feminist establishment that has not been challenged my entire life. I'll give you £1,000 right now if you could tell me the U.S. citizen that was deported under Donald Trump. You said that twice. Yeah, the U.S. citizen that was deported under Donald Trump. Can anyone tell me? £1,000. I'll give it to you right now. Yeah, name? Wrong, not a U.S. citizen. Citizen El Salvador. Anyone else? U.S. citizen deported under Trump. Nope, that was a lie. You should know better than that. You go to Oxford. So that is a correction. Number two, can you tell me when it comes to Charlottesville, something that you said when Donald Trump said that there were people on both sides? He was actually talking about the statue debate, not what you said. So that's a hoax. That's line number two. You said that somebody over here said something about Pete Hegseth being nothing more than a TV host. You should also mention that he was a service member of the military. Nope. Sorry. I'm going to talk uninterruptedly. Thank you. Service member and was a decorated war hero. Funny you didn't mention that. Oh yes, January 6th came up multiple times you tried your best, but from you, and from the opposition. It's not an insurrection. You called them all rioters. It's funny. A small percentage of the people that were actually there on January 6th did anything violently. The vast majority walked into the Capitol building after they were invited. Also, back to your point, I certainly hope Reform and AFD wins. So I hope that it's not to teach Trump a lesson that he goes too far. We'll get to that in a second. Finally, the Donald Duck, really, what was that all about? What is this jar? I have no idea what you're talking about in the back of the room. It's completely lost on me. So I don't know what that's all about. Also, on the Canadian border, the professor failed to mention that the Canadian border was closed. President Trump said fentanyl, and the amount of terrorists that are coming across the Canadian border, of which the most terrorists that come into America come across the Canadian border on the terrorist watch list. You did not mention that. And finally, professor, you never heard of it in South Africa. Interesting. You never heard of that. The fact that a major political party in South Africa says, quote, kill the Boers, kill the Boers. I would expect more of somebody who wrote a dissertation and teaches here at Oxford to say that you would not know about the attempted slaughter and genocide of white South Africans. I never went to university. I take that as a great compliment. So therefore, everyone who went to university should be able to run circles around me. You'll be the judge, but I'll do my best. Do you have a right to life once you exist?
Yes, but then the argument is,
well,
when does life begin?
Well, no, so then answer me the question. I mean, when I believe life begins at, not just what I believe, what science reflects, human development starts at conception. We can agree with that.
Human development, sure, yeah.
Okay, no, but if it's human development, then it's human life. You have to find another word other than life.
Yeah.
So tell me what word besides life you would use.
To describe like conceptives. They're
Yeah,
like,
but what else?
like a
Conception.
conception.
When
yeah.
it's fetus, whatever. What word other than alive? Because it's not dead. Because you could agree it's not dead because it has a heartbeat and DNA and the cells are forming and they're splitting. So if it's not alive and it's not dead, what word would you use?
I wouldn't necessarily call it alive. I wouldn't necessarily call it dead. I think there's a distinction. I wouldn't label it with one word just because it's like I don't have the
But let's
capacity
think
to-
about this more deeply because I could tell you're smart. We actually always exist on the binary of alive or dead.
Yeah, I mean,
So then you have to choose. It's either dead or alive. There isn't a third option. If you want to create one, you can go to the science department here and argue that. But what is the third option other than alive and dead?
I would say the one thing I want to talk is viability. I know I'm kind of dodging it, but like
No, I know you are dodging it
Yeah.
because I just, and I'm not trying to pinpoint you. Just to close the thought, then we can go to viability. Abortionists cannot answer this question ever because there is not a third option.
Yeah.
You are either alive or dead. It is a binary of existence, right? Now you could be supportive when you are alive, meaning you might need to have medicine or you might need to have a ventilator, but you are still alive by all objective measurements, or you are dead. So when a human being is going on the process of human development in utero, it technically, of course, is alive, and therefore it's a human life, but we use all this different kind of trappings and language to try to dehumanize the being. To all the Gen Zers watching this convention on TikTok right now, I have a message just for you. You don't have to stay poor. You don't have to accept being worse off than your parents. You don't have to feel aimless and unhappy. You don't have to support leaders who lied to you and took advantage of you for your vote. America's future is a series of choices. Our current state of slow motion national decline is a choice.